There we go. I think I'm live now. I always like to wait a second or two just to make sure the technology can keep up. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Jameis. I am a programmer with Waterloo Public Library. And welcome to our Easter Family Storytime. Just looking. All right. Looks like I have some viewers. Looks like we're live. It looks like everything's working. Good stuff. All right. When in the before times, back before all the shutdowns and lockdowns and people working from home, when I used to do programs and stories in the library, I always started off and I always ended with a song. And we're going to do that again today. I have here my ukulele, my handy dandy ukulele, and I'm going to play a song. I'm going to start off with a song called Hello Friends. Now, Hello Friends is a really simple song for me to play on the ukulele. And it's a simple song to sing. And I'm hoping you guys can follow along at home. When I sing Hello Friends, I usually ask the little guys at home to do some sign language. So there are going to be 4 sign language signs I'm going to teach you guys today. The first sign language sign is hello. So the name of our song is Hello Friends. We're going to at least learn how to say the word hello in sign language for that. Take our right hand, stick all our fingers together, and we do a salute. Kind of from our temple going out. That's hello. It's our first sign language sign. Our second sign language sign is friends. Hello, friends. For that, we take the Peter pointers on both of our fingers, and we hook them. We hook them together once and then twice. So we do kind of like a flip in between. That hooking together with the flip is friends. All right? So that's our title right there. Hello, friends. It's always hard to balance with the camera moving around. Our third sign language sign is time. For that, we have to point at our imaginary wristwatch. Time, just like that. Watches are coming back, although nowadays they're usually like fitness trackers or like the really fancy high-tech watches now, right? So time. And then the fourth and final sign language sign is say. And for that, we take our Peter pointer, our right hand, we touch our lips, and we pull it out and away. That's say. Say. So those 4 signs, again, I'm going to show them real quick. Hello, then friends, then time, and then say. Right? So all together with the song, I'm going to talk the song. I'm just going to talk through the song real quick, but I'm going to show you the sign language signs as I go. After I do that, I'm going to play the song, and you guys are going to try to do it as I sing. Okay? So all together, all those signs in our song go like this. It goes, hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Just like that. So you say hello, friends 3 times, and they go, it's time to say hello at the end. All right? Let's see if I can remember how to play it. It's been a little while. I might be a bit rusty. Don't do it nearly as frequently as I used to. All right, here we go. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hello, good morning. So, it's that time of year. We got a nice 4-day weekend for Easter. Easter. Spring has sprung. Plants are popping out of the ground. And there's all sorts of life and activity all over the place. It's a very exciting time of year. It's usually my favorite time of year because there's so much change. We go from having, cold weather, snow on the ground, ice on the ponds and the streams, to having plants popping out everywhere, baby animals running all around, all sorts of life and growth and change in such a very, very, very short period of time. Normally this weekend would have been what is the maple syrup festival weekend up in Elmira, I believe. I think it was this weekend, or was it last weekend? Maybe it was last weekend. At my house with my family, my kids, we tap our tree. We have a great big maple tree out in front of our house. And every year we drill a hole in it. It's okay. It doesn't hurt the tree because it will grow and close up that hole once you're done. But we drill a hole in the tree and we hammer in a maple sap tap. It's a little cone-shaped tap that you hammer into the side of the tree after you drill the hole. And it helps to collect the sap and drip it out. And then you hang a bucket. We hang a bucket onto the tap. And we collect that sap from the tree and we turn it into syrup. Turn it into syrup every year. They say you have to collect a lot of sap. You have to collect a lot of sap. So they say you have to collect a 40-to-1 ratio. So if you want 1 cup of maple syrup, you have to collect 40 cups of sap. So it takes a lot of sap to turn into maple syrup. So you collect all that sap. We collect it all. We have a bunch of buckets that we store it in, and then we start boiling it. We boil it to remove the water and to turn it into sweet, sweet maple syrup. So it's one of many, 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 many things we look forward to this time of year. I love the flowers popping up out of the ground, seeing the daffodils and the tulips. But most importantly, we get lots and lots and lots of baby animals all over the place. If you're really lucky, you might have a tree near your house or in your yard or outside your window, and you might see animals making nests in it. Lots of birds will make nests at this time of year. Maybe you have a bird house or two hanging around outside your house, and birds are really busy this time of year getting ready to build homes for their babies so they can lay their eggs and things like that. So we are doing a streaming story time, which unfortunately, I can't read stories. Just due to licensing issues. So we're not allowed to read stories that are going to be up online right now. But I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story that involves some of these guys. This is, hold on, let me get his friend, his sibling. I'm going to tell you a little story about something that happened to me, about some ducks, some little baby ducks. So this time last year, there was a neighbor of mine who had a duck lay some eggs. In their yard. So the duck made a nest in the corner of their yard and laid some eggs. I'm going to show you a picture because I actually got a picture of the duck who laid the eggs. Hold on here. I just got to figure out how to share the right window. We're going to do this one. And then I think I switch over to here. There we go. So I'm hoping you guys can see this. I got a picture. So in this yard, I just zoomed in, we had a mama duck make a nest right at the corner of their house and lay some eggs, which is pretty neat. You can see they put up some sticks to kind of help protect the mama duck, give her a little bit more cover. But it's pretty cool how well mama duck kind of blends in. It's really hard to notice her unless you're actually looking for her. So mama duck laid some eggs. Mama duck laid some eggs in the corner of the yard. And everyone in the neighborhood was excited. We all heard about it. Everyone shared the information. People would peek around the corner really quick to take a look at mama duck lay with her eggs. So everyone was very, very interested. And then one day, the people who lived in that house discovered mama duck was gone. Mama duck disappeared and she didn't come back. They waited a day, they waited 2 days, they waited 3 days, they waited 4, and still mama duck didn't come back. Now, when mama ducks lay eggs in their nests, you usually leave them alone. You stay as far away as possible. And that's what we did. We took peeks around the corner. But then after mama duck hadn't shown up for about 3 or 4 days, they decided to take a look and see what happened to mama duck. So very carefully, they looked out their window and couldn't see Mama Duck. And very carefully, they opened their door and couldn't see a Mama Duck. And very carefully, they walked up to where the nest was and they couldn't see Mama Duck. And as they got closer, bottom of their stomach dropped out because they discovered that some of the eggs were broken. About 2 or 3 eggs had been broken. What they think happened is we had maybe a raccoon or a skunk in the neighborhood came over and scared away Mama Duck and ate some of her eggs. But the good news was there were still plenty left. There's about 4 or 5 eggs still left in the nest. But unfortunately, Mama Duck had disappeared. Mama Duck was gone. So they took to the phones. And they called some schools. And it turned out the school that my kids go to and their kids went to just recently hatched some baby chicks. And the baby chicks no longer needed the incubator. So I don't know if you guys are lucky enough, but sometimes in schools, maybe in the library or maybe your teacher organized it, they will get what's called an incubator. It's this great big plastic dome, and they will put some eggs in it, and the eggs get warm in the plastic dome, and the plastic dome has a special motor that will turn the eggs and a special sprayer that will spray the eggs to keep them moist. And eventually those eggs will hatch. So the library at my kids' school had recently hatched some chicken eggs so the kids could learn all about chickens and hatching. And so they didn't need the incubator anymore. So the school lent the incubator for Mama Duck's eggs. So they put those eggs in the incubator and they let them incubate for, I believe it was 29 days. It's usually how long duck eggs take to incubate. And every once in a while, they would take a light and hold it up to the egg and shine it on the side of the egg, and you could watch the baby ducks grow. The little ducks grow inside their eggs. And it's really neat because they start off super, super, super small, and they grow bigger and bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, and you can see them moving around inside their egg. And then once you get up to about the 27th or 29th day, once they got really close, those wonderful neighbors, set up a camera and streamed the incubator online. So they let everyone in the neighborhood, because everyone in the neighborhood knew about Mama Duck and knew about these eggs and knew about how some of them were broken and Mama Duck was scared off. They streamed it. They put the camera on the eggs and streamed it online so we could all watch and listen. And we could hear inside the eggs on that 29th day, chirps, squeaks coming out. Those baby ducks were getting ready to hatch. Now, baby ducks, when they hatch, they actually have what's called an egg tooth. So on the very end of their beak, they get this little point, this little tooth on their beak, and it helps them to peck through the egg, to hatch on out, to break on out of the egg. So online, everyone at home was watching these ducks peck at the eggs, hatching, breaking through, and eventually they were all born. Those baby ducks were hatched out of the eggs, and they all survived. They did very, very well. Eventually, all the neighbors had a chance to come and see the baby ducks. So that neighbor of mine, they took a great big plastic swimming pool that they didn't use anymore. They lined it with paper and towels and things like that. And they put the baby ducks inside, and the neighbors were allowed to come by and say hi to the baby ducks. And then they found a farm for the baby ducks, and the baby ducks were sent off to live on the farm. Well, it was a pretty neat way. It was a pretty nice way. This happened back at the beginning of the pandemic, when everyone was all locked inside and trying to stay away from each other and things like that. We didn't know exactly how scary things were, so we're being extra cautious. So everyone got very invested and very interested in the baby ducks in our neighborhood. And they all hatched and lived and survived successfully. All right. I think we need to learn a craft, an activity that we can do. So there's tons of activities, tons of things you can do for Easter using items and materials around your own home. Now, a lot of common things. I'm going to show you guys three crafts that we can do around home. One very common thing, some people have things like corks from various bottles, often wine bottles or champagne bottles, but even things like some Italian sodas and things like that nowadays come with corks on them. They're kind of fun when you're a kid to pop off, especially the ones that have like this champagne cork on them, the champagne style, because they have that wire around the glass bottle, and you loosen up that wire and you give it a bit of a shake and the cork will pop on out. What you can do is you keep those corks. My family, we keep those corks in part for my kids to do crafts, in part for me to do crafts with kids here in the library. But the first thing you want to do is you want to find a cork, and ideally you can paint it white if you have some paint around home. Now, white paint isn't totally necessary. We can maybe take some paper and wrap it around the cork, okay? Or you can use other material as well too. But you can find a way to get that cork white. And what we can do, we can take a simple black marker and we can draw all sorts of faces on there. We can start off, if I grabbed a black marker that worked, that would help. There we go. I think this one works a little bit better. We can draw a face. So right now, maybe you guys can type in the comments what you think I'm drawing. There we go. What kind of animal do you think that is? I was trying to draw a little bunny. It looks kind of like a cat. But there's all sorts of things you can do, all sorts of decorations you can do with corks, especially if you can get them white as well too. You can draw all sorts of things with marker, with crayon, with pencil crayon. I tried drawing a bunny. Maybe I got another one. They're handy things to have ready. Maybe we can draw a little duck. I'm going to draw a duck face. So I'm going to do a little triangle for a beak, and little eyes. There we go. I don't know, that beak doesn't look quite too. I'm going to I have some pencil crayons here. I got pencil crayons, I've got crayons, I've got markers here. And hopefully you guys have some of this stuff at home. Maybe I can color it in orange. There we go. And we start. There we go. We got a little beak started. Little baby ducks are brown. So maybe I can use a brown pencil crayon. I can start coloring in around that white. There we go. Just like that. We got some brown started. I'm going to throw a little bit of yellow. But corks are these fun little things that tend to be all around the place. And they're really simple for us to decorate and play with. Because once we have colored our corks, we've decorated them, we can put them all around. We can use these as our own little Easter scavenger hunt. We can use these as decoration, let's say on our dining room table. We make a little centerpiece, a little animals, all sorts of little springtime baby animals. So there's all sorts of little fun things you can do with that. Now the next one I want to do, we're going to take a piece of paper. Now I have here a pink piece of paper. Color doesn't matter so much, because I bet a lot of you guys probably have like white paper at home, and white paper is more than fine as well too. But we're going to make another bunny. But this time we're going to use our hand and a marker. I'm going to grab my pink piece of paper. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to take my hand, put it on the paper. I'm going to trace it. I'm going to trace my hand on the paper. So we're going to go just like, I'm going to trace it really quick, just so I can show you guys. Whoa. My fingers aren't this big. I'm tracing it too fast. There we go. I traced my hand on the paper. I have marker all over my fingers. It isn't a craft unless we make a mess, right? I'm going to take some scissors. I'm going to cut out my hand that I just traced. So I'm going to cut. Trying to be quick. So it may not be the prettiest, but at home, maybe you guys can take your time a little bit more. little bit more than what I am. Follow that tracing. I'm actually cutting a little closer than the tracing just because I traced around my fingers. There we go. Now, I got a hand. There's my hand. Now what we're going to do, you can kind of see where my wrist started. I'm going to curve around where my wrist was. There we go. To get my hands. The scissors didn't get stuck in my thumb. These are kid scissors. Got stuck in my adult thumb. So there we go. So what we have started off is our hand cut out. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bend in our thumb. Thumb is the one that's lower, right? We're going to bend in our thumb, and we're going to bend in the pinky finger. So we bend them, so we fold them so that they go towards the front. We're going to call this the front. And then I'm going to take my middle finger and I'm going to bend it back. I'm going to hide it away. There we go. So I have just my pinky and my thumb on the front, and I bent back the middle finger so we can't see it anymore. There we go. What's this starting to look like? What's it look like? What I'm going to do is I'm going to color inside the ears 2 ovals. I'm going to show you. I'll draw the oval really quick. There we go. You guys can see that. And I'm going to color it in. I'm going to shade it in. There we go. I'm going to shade it in. So I have my 2 fingers, my Peter pointer, my ring finger sticking up. And then I'm going to go back to my black marker. And I'm going to draw. I did a little pair of bunny eyes, a bunny nose, and some whiskers. Put on a little bunny mouth as well. I grabbed a red pencil crayon. There we go. We got a bunny mouth. Whoop. And then underneath those 2 fingers, underneath the pinky and the ring finger, I'm going to write 2 words. Now, you kind of have to get an idea of where that finger covers up the bunny. And we're going to try to write those words underneath where that finger covers up the bunny. I'm going to write H-O-P-P-Y. Oh, there we go. Hoppy. Hoppy. And then under the other finger, under that pinky finger, I'm going to write Easter. E-A-S-T-E-R. Let's see it again. So I got Hoppy Easter. Hoppy Easter. So we could use this as a card. Hoppy Easter, or Hoppy Easter, because it's a bunny. Hoppy Easter. So you can make these and give them away. Because we are in the middle of the pandemic and we're supposed to be socially isolating. Sometimes it's still nice to do things for other people. We can make care packages and things like that, or we can make cards, and care packages and drop them off at their house. So that way we can still reach out to friends and family and loved ones and let them know that we still think about them and care, even though we're all supposed to be staying away and isolating. So we can make some nice cards. Hoppy Easter. There we go. And then one last one. I always like talking about these ones. These are a staple of a lot of our little guy programs. Making paper plate activities. Some of you guys will have paper plates. Sometimes they're fun just for crafts. Sometimes they're good for using when you're, having like a barbecue or cooking outside, which we can start doing soon, more and more now that it's getting warmer and warmer out. But if you don't have paper plates, there's tons of substitutes as well they can use. Just white paper cut into a circle. Or coffee filters. Coffee filters are another good one because they're white and circular as well too. But there's all sorts of Easter activities that we can do with it. My favorite one is to make different kinds of faces and shakers as well too. But we're going to do a face right now. So again, just like we did with the bunnies, I'm going to start off with a circle right in the middle, and we're going to add our whiskers, and then we're going to add some eyes, but then we need to make it look more bunny-like. So I have a second paper plate I'm going to use. I'm going to cut that paper plate in half. So I just cut that paper plate into two, and I'll put it back on itself. I'm going to cut out a pair of bunny ears. I got a pair of ears that I can now put onto my paper plate. I'm going to use a little bit of tape. Hopefully you guys have some tape available around the house. I'm going to put some tape on the back of those ears. There we go. A little offside. And then I'm going to use a colored pencil crayon again. I'm going to fill in with some ovals those ears on that bunny. Ooh, there we go. There we go. So this plate we can use as a holder for our craft. So we can put our corks on. We can put our card on as well too. And we can make a nice little centerpiece or something that we can give away to family and friends and loved ones to help let them know that we still think about them. We still care at this time of year. All right. Tidy up. I'm going to close up my pencil crayons before I make a mess of them. There we go. The little ducky says, hello. Hello again. All right. I think it's time for another song. I'm going to get my ukulele out. I want to sing If You're Happy and You Know It. We're going to sing it 4 times, 4 verses. First verse, we're going to clap. We're going to clap. We're going to clap our hands. The second verse, we are going to stomp our feet. Stomp, stomp. I rock back and forth because you guys can't see my feet. Stomp, stomp. Third verse, we're going to shout, hooray! And then the fourth and final verse, we're going to do all 3. We're going to do all 3. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp, and hooray! You guys ready? Let's see if I can. There we go. Again, it's been a while. It's been a long, long time since I've sung If You're Happy and You Know It and played it on the ukulele. Here we go. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet, stomp, stomp. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet, stomp, stomp. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet, stomp, stomp. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it, do all 3. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. Hooray! Hope I sung that right. I might have blended the third verse with the fourth verse. Now hopefully you guys all followed along just fine as well too. All right, guys, I think that's it for me in our special family Easter story time. We have programs and activities coming up in April, so please check them out on our website, wpl.ca, under the programs tab. Lots and lots of fun activities and things for us to do online and with family and friends at home. Right now, our library is closed until about 1 o'clock today, just because of the change with the lockdown, or not the lockdown, the shutdown. We'll be opening up at 1 o'clock, and we'll only be doing curbside pickup. So that means you make an appointment, you come on down, and we'll bring your stuff out to your car for you. For our programs and our activities, we have lots and lots of fun ones where you can get kits, you have stuff that you can sign out and use at home. I will be running one this springtime where you will be able to sign out Lego. We're going to have Lego We Do, Lego We Do, which is this special fun Lego that you can actually control with an iPad, and you would be sign out the Lego and an iPad. You'll be able to use it at home with your family. It'll be lots and lots of fun, and we'll meet online just like this, and I'll teach you guys how to use that Lego and how to control it with your iPad. So I hope I will see you guys at some of these programs in the spring. Hopefully this shutdown won't last too long and things will bounce back, and hopefully we'll all get vaccinated super soon, and we'll all be able to get back together and do all sorts of programs, activities, both at the library, out in the community, and at home. And we'll be able to get back together and have lots and lots of fun again. So that is it for me today. I want to say goodbye to you guys. Thanks for coming on out, and we'll see you guys around. Trying to wave and stop at the same time.